Welcome to Freedom Watch's YouTube channel, to www.freedomwatchusa.org, and good day. As you know, my name is Larry Klayman. I'm the founder of both Judicial Watch and now Freedom Watch. I'm currently the chairman and general counsel of Freedom Watch. We previously used a citizens grand jury, which is totally proper. Take a look at a case, United States versus Williams, Supreme Court, 1992, where Justice Scalia found that the grand jury belongs to the American people, not the three branches of government. And by extension, that means that we can mete out justice ourselves as long as we provide due process and equal protection to various people. We therefore had a citizens grand jury indict Joe Biden for bribery from communist China, Ukraine, Russia. We now know Romania is in that mix as well, and also for negligent homicide in Afghanistan, giving rise to the death of 13 GIs at Kabul airport, as well as ordering a drone strike on 10 innocent Afghan allies, killing 7 of their children, 1 3 years old. Clearly negligent homicide. We've also had indicted Anthony Fauci, Dr. Fauci. I call him Dr. Mengele. He was doing experiments, much like Hitler's doctor, Mengele, with regard to people that got the vaccine. The vaccine, many people believe, he got kickbacks for promoting that. In addition, he gave the seeds of COVID-19 to a communist Chinese bioweapon lab at Wuhan, and thus far it's resulted in the death of in excess of 10 million people, about 4 million more than even Hitler killed during the Holocaust. He's been indicted for negligent homicide as well, and that's a minimum of what he could be indicted for, and he was tried. Now, we have set a sentencing for Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and James Biden for August 29th. We're going to push that back a little bit because there is new information that has come out with regard to the Ukrainian prosecutor. His name is Viktor Shokin, who came forward just over the weekend and said that he has information that Joe Biden was bribed. Of course, we know he was bribed. Biden had Shokin fired because as a prosecutor in the Ukraine, he was looking into Burisma, where President Biden's son, Hunter, was involved in illegal criminal activity. We're going to push this sentencing back to September 7th. And I want you to tune in at Freedom Watch and our YouTube channel at freedomwatchusa.org. We're going to take into account, the citizens judge will take into account, we'll put it in front of him, this new information that's come forward, confirming that Joe Biden was bribed along with Hunter Biden and James Biden, the entire Biden family. Biden is perhaps the most corrupt president, if you want to call him that, because I believe he was fraudulently elected, and so do you. Anybody with any common sense or an IQ over 60 would come to that conclusion. All those votes flipping overnight on his behalf, the Democrats suppressing vote, also with the mail-in ballots and everything else that went on. But we're going to push it back because we're going to put that in front of the citizens judge, and that'll be included in a modified, a revised, he'll make the decision, the judge, conviction of Joe Biden, and then Biden will be sentenced along with his son Hunter and his brother James. And by that time, we should have a decision out of the citizens judge with regard to Dr. Anthony Fauci, otherwise known as Dr. Mengele, the modern day Dr. Mengele. You might remember who he was. He experimented on Jews, gypsies, and retarded people with sick experiments, maiming them, harming them, and killing them in many instances. There was a movie about him, The Boys from Brazil, with Gregory Peck. You can watch that on your leisure. But this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing here with a situation where the ruling elite are not answerable to we the people. And it is time for we the people to rise up and to mete out justice ourselves, peacefully and legally within the bounds of ethics and the law, not just the law of man, but the law of nature and nature's God, as it says in our Declaration of Independence. So go to freedomwatchusa.org, contribute to our cause with tax-deductible contributions. Join our Justice League. Get my book, It Takes a Counter-Revolution, Wake Up America. I spell out the legal bases for what we're doing at Freedom Watch. No one but Larry Klayman and Freedom Watch will do it. No one else has the guts to do it. You have the guts to do it, you, the American people. The Republicans, they just keep promising impeachment inquiries. Nothing ever happens because, frankly, they're worried about blowback from the Democrats. You can bet there are a number of high-level Republicans, including Kevin McCarthy, who have sold influence as well. That would be a pretty safe bet. Not to the extent of Joe Biden, not to the extent of tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, but this is common in our government, selling influence, making money, coming in, not rich, but leaving multimillionaires. This is what we're dealing with. It's not much different than the days leading up to the French Revolution, when the French people said, we can't take it anymore. We're not going to get crumbs anymore. We're going to make a change. Well, we're going to do it peacefully and legally, and we're going to hold these people accountable, and they'll be thrown in the slammer legally where the sun don't shine. In 48 states, as I said, there's a right of citizen's arrest, including the District of Columbia. When you know of someone who's committed a felony, you must then turn them over to law enforcement. We are, in fact, giving more than that with a conviction, and we will then be asking law enforcement, established law enforcement, to carry out these convictions. And if that doesn't work, the military needs to do it as well, a government entity that is not loyal to Joe Biden, but is loyal to the people of the United States. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, go to freedomwatchusa.org, contribute with tax-deductible contributions. We need more lawyers. We need more paralegals. We need more office space. We are your Justice Department. The only government Justice Department, if you want to call it that, is a Gestapo run by Attorney General Merrick Garland and his butt boy, excuse the French, Christopher Wray. These people will be tried as well for treason against the United States and other crimes. Stay tuned. We're just warming up. We are just getting going. We, the people, need to mete out justice ourselves. And listen to my radio show last week. Go to freedomwatchusa.org. In much greater depth, I lay out the rationale for this. Remember, the Father and Son will only help us if we help ourselves. Thank you for listening to me. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast.